Hello. How are we doing? Check. Hello. Hi, Adam. Hi, KFC. Hi, Metallic Death. How are you? Hi, Pedo Death. Hello. Checkity check. Give me 1 second here. Gosh. How are we doing this morning or this afternoon? Gotta make sure your girl looks good. I forgot to get my top off my coffee. That was something I meant to do, but I got so focused on getting this dang stream set up. Girl, talk about being efficient. Okay, hold on. Y'all are gonna love me so much, but I'm definitely gonna top off my coffee as soon as I adjust this volume. You're welcome. Oh my gosh. Pedo Death, thank you so much for resubscribing for 2 months. Yay. Thank you so much for supporting the Twitch. I really do appreciate it. You are so wonderful and so awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the Twitch and being an awesome follower and subscriber of the channel. I appreciate it. Let's see. Okay. Possessed and Nunslaughter are touring in December, but the closest they come to Oklahoma is Dallas. So we're going? Is that what you're saying? Bro, we ain't skipping Nunslaughter, okay? And Possessed, I could literally meet Joe, though. He, follows me on Twitter. He commented on my Possessed video. Are you kidding me? We could get Joe an interview. I don't know what we talk about, but I'm sure I could learn some stuff from freaking Joe. Are you kidding? Joe, if you're watching this, my guy, which you probably aren't, from Possessed, hello, my name is Kaya. Let's collab, have an interview. I will come to your show. I'll drive my ass 6 hours to your show. Hi, Justin. How are you? Good morning. Hello, Dyslexic Penguin. How are you? Do y'all like the pink lights in the background? I changed the color. Felt like I was more festive. So, are y'all hearing the music at all? No, you aren't. Of course not. There you go. Okay, you're hearing the music. Check. My mic is good. Stream looks good. Everything is fine on this side. And how is it on Twitch? Twitch is good. Okay. Cool. So, hi everybody. Okay, I'm gonna quickly top off my coffee because I forgot to do it before the stream. You're welcome. I'm sorry, but I'll be 2 seconds, okay? I love you. Hold on. Guess who's so extremely efficient? The Twitch looks pretty good today. You think so? Oh my gosh, thank you. We are chilling. I've got some stuff we're gonna talk about. Some music that I listened to this week. No, you thought you was gonna steal the show, didn't you? Well, that didn't happen. I've got some music that I listened to this week, and then I have a fat stack of records that are non-metal albums because I thought it was time to finally share my favorite non-metal albums. And then I also have a vinyl wish list. So it's gonna be fun. Hell yeah. Hi, Smoothie. How are you? How is it going? So, happy early Thanksgiving to all of my peeps in the U.S. Morning, Tasmanian. How are you? Yes, the laugh emoji still slaps. I kind of feel like updating the emojis on, or like the emotes on YouTube side, because I'm not totally sold on them. However, I like YouTube's like options because they don't limit the amount of animated emotes you can use. So like all 5 of them could be animated if I want them to be. So the US are, this is a very ignorant question, but are there other people outside of the US that celebrate Thanksgiving, or is it just people in the US? I don't know. You want to try turkey so bad? Dude, it's pretty dank. It's pretty good. You don't in Germany? I figured, because I know that there's some people that don't celebrate Halloween. Twitch is for losers. All the cool kids are on YouTube. Get wrecked. I'm going to put this light here. I think it's going to look good, although she's like hecka bright, girl. No, I want you lower. Don't in Australia. I think it's just US. That's what I figured. It's pretty dank, though. Oh, it's too low. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to get the vibe right. Maybe 30 is what I want. I don't know. Ah, the secrets. I'm really excited. So Thanksgiving is this Thursday for all of my US folks. And if you don't know this about me, like, Thanksgiving is my absolute favorite holiday. I love it more than Christmas. And hi, Rufina Foxjack. How are you? Good morning. Welcome to the stream. I'm excited. I vowed, this is kind of personal, but I vowed like 5 years ago, I think, that I would go and visit my grandma every single year during Thanksgiving. No matter what, I vowed, like work, rain, shine, snow, I would go and visit her. She's like 80 now. And yeah, I want to make sure I spend time with her. So I'll be leaving on Wednesday to go and visit her in Arkansas. And I'm so excited. But homegirl in the South, we don't play around when it comes to the food, okay? We got like cornbread, stuffing, the turkey, the full 9 yards. We're gonna have pies. Like, I'm excited. So celebrate the day of Thanksgiving. It's just America that celebrates Thanksgiving because it symbolizes, yeah, when the British made peace with the Indians. I figured. But also, it's like a feasty thing, so I didn't know if other people around the world were like, well, I'll take this opportunity to have a family feast, you know. Celebrate the day of the Mexican Revolution. Oh, that's fun. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Same, Adam. I really love it. I heard a guy on YouTube read the lyrics of Taste of My Love by Emerson. Oh, God. Tell grandma we say hi. Oh, she's so funny. She actually does. She's hilarious. No, of course she does not like metal. She's 80 and she's like one of those like adorable like hippie kooky grandmas. Very colorful. Like you go in her house and it's just like all this color and everything. So she's adorable. She supports my channel 100% though. Like, and I told her that, you know, I started listening to metal and started making videos about it. I was expecting her to be a little judgmental, but she was 100% supportive. Like, the first thing she was like, oh, really? And she was like, tell me all about it. So, oh my gosh, hello. Thank you so much for following. Dead Sow 5. Thanks you so much for following. Welcome to the Twitch fam. I've got some awesome follower emotes. If y'all are watching, if you're lurking on the Twitch side, you can follow my Twitch, and I got some free emotes you can use, and they're pretty dang cute. So you know, that's up to you though, girl. It ain't cost you nothing though. So welcome to the stream. If you're on the YouTube side, hello. Your mom is almost 80 and she likes a lot of what I like. That's good for her. That's good for her, yeah. My grandma would never. Also, like, her hearing is going out. So whenever we watch a movie, she's got it on like 100. Like literally the volume of the TV is at 100. So we need something to do with the channel points. Good point. I'll write it down. There's still so much about Twitch that I'm like learning. But now that hold on, channel ports, rewards. I can't talk and write at the same time. Now that we're allowed to dual stream on Twitch and YouTube, I'm like shooting to be partner. I would love to be partner on Twitch. But baby girl, I ain't paying for my own ticket to TwitchCon, okay? That's a scam. That's a total scam. We're gonna be partners. You're buying my damn ticket to that place. Also, I don't think I would get along with some of those people. I don't know. I'm such an introvert, dude. I'm like in my own planet. Hi, TJ. How are you? So, today's going to be fun. Yeah, like I said, happy early Thanksgiving. I'll be out of town later this week, but I'm still going to post a couple videos, some really good ones. It's been heckin' busy. For some of you that don't know, I did get my part-time job back. Yes, I am a worker. I do a part-time job outside of the YouTube because life is hard and expensive. But I was offered a raise to come back. And some ish went down. I'll just say that because I can't talk about it much on the internet. But it's been busy. That's basically what the gist of it is it's been busy with my part-time job. I've been trying to do, stuff for my channel. And then it's Thanksgiving. So it's been this whole thing. So I know, me being a freaking worker, what is this? But imagine meeting Twitch people. Sounds really smelly. Dude, yeah, did you guys, not that a lot of you probably care, but did you see that whole Pokemon drama of that Twitch streamer? Like one of the most, she's a millionaire Twitch streamer, whatever. Basically, she made this douchey gluten-free cookie, and it's like $7 a bag. And she, like, people in her comments in her, like, Twitch chat were like, that's so expensive. And she literally was like, you're just exposing yourself as being, like, a broke bro or something like that. She basically called her followers, like, broke. And I'm like, girl, dumb. So, God. I was like, she literally was like, something broke boy. Now I need the quote. Now I absolutely just need the quote. Hold on. What did she say? Pokimane. What did she say? Oh, it's so freaking awful. Yeah. She like called them idiots, broke boys. But if I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but if you're a broke boy, just say so. Like, dude. Like, I know this is like, bro, I'm just saying. God. I mean, could you be more of a douche? Like, I guess I just don't understand some of these influencers. And I guess you could say that I'm like one of them, maybe. But I just feel like I'm just, bro, I am not making millions and thousands over here, okay? I'm still on the struggle bus just like everybody else. YouTube is a facade for some of these people. God. Anyway, Pokimane, she's right though. God, it's just dumb. Anyway, that's the drama. The other drama though is I kind of want to make a video about this too, which I'm actually gonna write this dang thing down. And freaking okay, so concert venues, and I've talked about this briefly, concert venues and festivals, they need to step up their game, dude. Like, this is 2023. We're about to hit 2024, and this ish is, like, not okay. Okay, if you know anything about, you know, Taylor Swift is obviously on her second leg of her Eras tour. I know it's Taylor Swift, but something really horrible happened over the past weekend in Brazil, and it's like completely unacceptable for where we're at in the times right now. She has a tour in Rio de Janeiro, I think is how you pronounce it, in Brazil, an outdoor arena in Rio, and they've had a massive heat swell to where, like, with the humidity and I think like just the actual temperatures, like it got up to like almost like 130 degrees, 140 degrees Fahrenheit in the venue. Okay, and it's still an open air venue, but apparently the staff at the venue closed all of the air vents so that like the music, I guess, wouldn't leave the stadium. And then they also didn't offer they didn't allow anybody to bring water into the venue, and people were waiting in line for hours, and somebody died. A girl died 2 songs into this concert. 2 songs into this concert. She overheated, passed out, went to the hospital, and she passed away at the hospital. And it's like, yeah, it's just crazy. And so I don't know the full story. It's just based on what I've read kind of like on Twitter and whatever, but that's like the gist of it. Completely unacceptable. There is no reason why, if you're going through a heat wave, offer freaking water. Don't just have people pay for your expensive ass water inside the arena. So she's not mentioning that there's a wildfire in the area. That is completely, it doesn't matter if there's a wildfire in the area. If you have you're preventing people from bringing water into the arena. That's the entire point. So on Taylor's watch, she'll do something for their family. I hope that they do something for the freaking arena. Like, I hope she sues the arena. There's just no excuse for that. No excuse. It doesn't matter what's going on. If you're having a show, it's that hot, you've got people waiting outside, you offer water to people. But they wouldn't allow people to hand out water even to the concert goers waiting in line. They weren't allowed to bring canteens of water into the stadium, which I know is like a rule here, at least, like, because it could be alcohol or whatever. But it's like, it's an outdoor venue, you know, she was, yeah. I just feel really bad for the family, and I thought that was like, terrible. Hello, we got a new subscriber. Oh my gosh, Alucard. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. How are you doing? How is your day going? How is it going? We got 13 subbies, y'all. I think. Subscriber goal, yeah. What did you say, Tasmania? Under my show, I was sick from the bass and lights for like 3 hours. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, that's why I mentioned the strobe lights with cattle decapitation, is I got kind of queasy, and I told y'all, like, anxious, and just like almost, it sounds weird, but it was almost like fight or flight mode for me afterwards, like very, very minimally, but like that's how I felt after the strobe lights leaving cattle, I was just like, ah. Hi, Cloud. How are you? Thank you so much for following the Twitch. I'm so happy that you're here. How is it going? 13 subbies. Eat your heart out, Pokimane. Just, you know what? I just feel like some of these people need to be humble. The world is full of stupid people also. This is just, we already know this, but it's like, if you're dealing with thousands of concert goers and in a heat wave, give them some freaking water. We're dealing with people here, not freaking legs of bundled wads of cash. The world is also scary. It is. And also, I feel like the internet doesn't help. Somebody like Pokemon should not be complaining about freaking water. Okay? Or not water, but cookies. Like, stop freaking... Oh, God. Humble yourself a little bit, girl. My God. Just humble yourself. That's my rant. That's my rant. She's allowed to be a dick as far as I'm concerned. Oh, God. Good Lord. The venue I went was no water allowed, but they sold single bottles for $7 and no bottle caps allowed. That's how the Diamond Ballroom is. Although it's $6 for... No, it's like $3 for water. So, yeah, it's much cheaper. But, yeah, I did notice how the guy, like, uncapped the water and, like, didn't allow us to have caps on there. So... Kaya, cookies win. Oh, my gosh. $7 for a bag of cookies, $28 for a 4-pack. You know what's so funny is, like, I just find that as, like, the douchiest thing of merch you could possibly make. Like, those cookies ain't even good, girl. Like, nobody eats those things. They're, like, dry AF. Why are you making those? Why not just, like, I don't know, start an OnlyFans or have some patches or something? Like, why cookies? I don't get it. Ugh. That's beyond insane. I know. Well, have you tried them? No. Do you want to try them? Look, Justin, you try them and then get back to us on how they are. If you want to support somebody as out of touch as Pokemon, she needs to humble herself real quick, okay? Kaya calling all these bitches out, preach. I'm just tired of the stupidity, man. Some of these people just forget what it's like to be freaking broke, you know? I mean, it's like you take away the internet, you take away like their freaking Netflix and all of these things. Like, girl, you ain't got nothing without the internet. You take away the internet and you've literally got nothing. I'd like to see her like work a grocery store job or some sort of job where she has to deal with customers and people who are actually needy and buying things with food stamps. Like, that's gonna humble your ass real quick, girl. $7 a bag of cookies. Terrible. Terrible. You want to make some real money? Have a deal with like Oreos or Chips Ahoy. Put your face on that. People would still buy them, you know? You know what also kind of irks me is when people have a lot of money and they make like millions and millions of dollars, you know, content creation, whatever, and they buy ugly ass houses. And I'm like, why? Why are you buying such an ugly house? Like, I don't know. I feel like some of us would just have way better taste, you know? I feel like some of us would just, like, get the real good stuff. You know? They buy these, like, literal square-ass, just stale, hospital-looking, almost like mental asylum-colored homes. And I'm like, ah. God. It's funny because she stopped taking donations and spun in a way that made it seem like she cared about her fans. And then she does this thing with the cookies. God. Jeez. Yeah, that's just dumb. Just dumb. I don't know. Some of these people irk me. Sorry for the rant this morning. I guess I'm just feeling feisty. Asylum-looking homes. Hi, Scott. How are you? Good morning. Also, the more millions they make, the more they feel obligated to give their 2 cents on politics, news events, etc. Yeah, exactly. That's why I mean, I'll be honest. That's why I keep my mouth shut, because I'm like, I don't know everything. And also, that's not why you watch me. Like, just keep your mouth shut, girl. If I wanted to get into politics, I'd get into politics and change my channel around. But that's not why you follow me. Like... You just don't always have to mention things. You don't always have to talk about things, because more often than not, when these famous people open their mouths and get political or talk about some issue that's going on in the world, they end up just sounding dumber than they are. And then people are like, you know what? Why'd you even open your mouth? So, God, that's how I feel. They buy the ugly McMansions because they're expensive, and apparently most people who get rich for stupid reasons have trash taste. This is true. So she must have come from money to be that out of touch. Yeah, for real. I keep my mouth shut and talking about Pokemon for half an hour now. What are you complaining? You're a ball buster, dyslexic penguin. You want me to stop talking about her? I can. Sorry. I'm just kind of ranting at this point. Accent comes out when ranting. This is true. This is true. I don't know. I guess I just don't get it. I don't know. I just feel like people who are so out of touch. And I'm like, have you ever tried to buy food with like change? Like gone into a store with like $3 in quarters and been like, what can I buy to eat today? Because I have. I know what that's like. I can bet you $10 Pokemon hasn't had to do that. So, where are you going to put that immolation flag? Girl, I have no idea. I am running out of space. So, because I still got that Calavera flag. I'm probably going to put it, well, because I was thinking about putting some of my picture discs here. And so I might put the immolation flag behind the camera. I know, it's so great. We'll see. There'll be some stuff. I might even put it like on the door or something. Somewhere in my house, I'll have it. Which was the last band you reviewed? Ghost, actually. I have a Ghost review. I'm hoping to edit it tomorrow. But I did their Opus Eponymous EP. You ballin' if you can afford to bet $10 on anything these days. True. I forgot. I forgot $10 is a lot of money, girl. This a lot of money. I'm gonna see if I can view this on stream. I just want to see if I can get that's what it looks like, this Restream bot on YouTube side. Oh, that looks awful. Twitch bot. Yeah, that's the only thing I can do, though, if I do it on both sides. You're welcome. Oh, yeah. I wish Ghost sounded like how they looked. Yeah. I have a whole video on them, so I ain't gonna spoil it. Yeah, that was the last band that I reviewed. I've got several other things too, so we can talk about the stuff I listened to this week, because I'm really excited. So if you watched my concert stream last time on YouTube, or on Twitch, I'm sorry, if you saw my Cattle Decapitation post show Twitch stream on Wednesday, you would know this, or you saw my show review. Boom. I listened to this. It's upside down. You're welcome. Oh my gosh. We have a new Twitch follower. Hello, Logan. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing so well. Thank you so much for following the Twitch. And you got an awesome ski emoji. Look at that thing. That thing is so cute. I hope all of you are doing so well. Thank you so much for being here. Bibbidi Bonk, what's up? Hey man, how's it going? Thanks for chilling, thanks for hanging. We're talking about Immolation. So what I listened to, Immolation, Providence, EP from 2011. I bought this, actually Magpie bought this at the show. And I listened to it and it was dope. This is the first official record of Immolations that I've listened to. I've been sleeping on them. I mentioned that in my show review, and this was dope. I love pretty much every single song off of this EP. Still Lost and the title track Providence are bangers. Immolation, my God, have I been sleeping on them. I mean, honestly, Yeah, probably one of the best bands that I've discovered this year, listened to this year. So I showed this the last stream, but I'll show it again. So yeah. You had a brutal death metal binge this weekend. Yeah, what are y'all listening to? What's on your, if you're American, what's on your Thanksgiving playlist? If you're not American, let me know. What is, what are you listening to this week? What have you been listening to? What have you been jamming? Yep. Providence. Fire. It was dope nasty. And I'm really excited. I've heard really good things about Immolation and just how strong their discography is, so I'm excited. Ross was great live. Yeah. Anyway, Tyrant next. There's a hair on the case. You're welcome. Tyrant. Hi Diego, how are you? Tyrant is I wrote it down because I have notes. Heavy power metal band. This record is from 1985. They're really solid. They have elements of like Savatage and King Diamond, especially in the vocals. Cassette, obviously. And this is their record, Legions of the Dead. Tyrant. And for those that are listening, this is a little cassette. Tyrant is in blue. And the cassette itself is blue as well. So I will show it to you. Nice, solid, like kind of deep primary color blue. Look at that thing. So if you're into like heavy metal, and you're kind of into like Savatage, Eternal Champion, you should listen to Tyrant. This was really good. Are we still in focus? Okay, great. You've been listening to like everything. What's your favorite artist so far that you've been listening to? To the new Danny Brown album? That's so cool. Past Thursday, you saw Ulcerate in Mexico City. Oh my gosh, how was that? You didn't get a circle pit going? The pit was behind me, girl. The pit was behind me. I will say it was a lot. The pit was a lot more aggressive, I think, in Immolation's set. But then again, I'm not totally sure because I was front row for Cattle. So, the new Andre 3000 New Blue Sun, good instrumental album. I actually like it. I like Andre 3000. The next band is Agonia, and this is Ritual Sadismo. And Agonia, this is a demo from 2008. There you go. It's death metal / grindcore. The production on this album was really rough to get into just because everything is severely down-tuned. So it's kind of fuzzy and crunchy. And by kind of, I mean it is very fuzzy and crunchy. And yeah, this is a limited edition tape, so they only made 100 of these things, and this is the 75th one, so it's definitely limited edition, collector's edition. Once you get used to the production, it's a lot better of a listening experience, and I found myself jamming and kind of dancing to it. I like death metal, I like grindcore, I like when they're mixed together. There's some boobies on this, that's some cootie, so if you're into that, that's on here. Don't worry, it's cartoony. But yeah, Agonia kind of looks like a cartoon version of some of the Cannibal Corpse art that you see, but not so, but a little bit smaller, I guess you could say. And then the cassette is an interesting shape, so the actual case itself is clear. And then they kind of like chopped off the corners a little bit, which I thought was kind of interesting. You see that? So they chopped off the corners. It's just this weird little shape. So, you have heard of The Lion's Daughter? Yes! So I actually promoted their most recent record, and I had seen the cover of The Lion's Daughter. I forget what that album is off the top of my head, but I had seen that cover a few months prior to the release of their record on Twitter, and I remember being like, oh my gosh. I was like, this thing is disturbing AF. But yeah, I still need to listen to it. Definitely. I've got some catching up to do. So let's see. Just making sure. Perfect. Okay. Just checking everything on stream. We're all good. Okay. All right. Bathhouse. That's what it is. Yep, Bathhouse. That album cover is nutty. It's so, like, disturbing. But it's awesome. But it's disturbing. Ulcerate is so meaty. Their sound is just like falling bee from the sky. Boof. I can hear that. Why can I hear that, like, so perfectly? This, like, meaty wet slap. We should give Imakaya folk metal songs all December long. Yes. So December is Cultmas. So we are going to be having a focus on black metal, folk metal, atmospheric metal, stuff like that. Stuff that's kind of wintry. So give me your songs for, like, the wintry playlist and we'll do that. So I'm excited. Like dropping a Texas barbecue brisket on some jelly. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. We got 15 people on the Twitch side watching, and we got 20 people watching on freaking YouTube. If you're just lurking, just hanging out, don't be shy. Say hi. If you want to, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to. Post content all the freaking time. If you're on Twitch, hello. Consider following. It's free, and you get some really fun emotes in that you can use in the chat. So it's up to you if you want to. I'm really excited, though. Cultmas is going to be great. Anyway, the next record I listened to, this one y'all may or may not know. It is The Lurking Corpses, and this is 23 Tales of Terror. Yeah, this debut from 2003. They're heavy metal with punk influences. So if this sounds interesting to you, listen to them. Everything is great instrumentally for this band. I will be honest and say the vocals I'm still not totally sold on. The vocals are rough for me to get into, but they're like kind of classic punk vocals. So, and I haven't really listened to a lot of punk, so I need more time with this record. But it's The Lurking Corpses. Top tier band. Yeah, I know you like them. But yeah, I will show you the vinyl for this one. I'm so excited to show y'all the last record I listened to. You're not gonna believe who I listened to this week. Oh, these gatefolds, man. Some of them are just so feisty with these vinyls. So we just got this nice Jolly Rancher green. Love it. And it's a lot brighter in person, so it looks really dark and kind of murky on stream, but it's a lot brighter in person. Not totally sold. So it's garbage then? No. It's not garbage. It's not a doorstop. We've only had one doorstop in this series. This is just one of those things where upon the first listen, it really great instrumentally, but I need more time with the vocals. So it does look like green candy, doesn't it? So and yeah, I think the other one is blue. It's a double LP. So this one again is also a nice solid blue. It's beautiful. The doorstop. Oh God, it was like. I have it over there. If you really are curious what the doorstop is, I'll show it to you because it's bad. It's literally just like 4 songs of nothing, dude. Like, I mean, not even. No, yeah, it was 4 songs. I didn't even make it that far, girl. Because, like, there was like almost probably 20 minutes of just nothing, honestly. Like, just nothing. It was like one single tone, and that was it. And I was like, you know, atmospheric black metal can be difficult for some people to get into. Like, I get it. You know, literally have dungeon synth atmospheric black metal that was more interesting than whatever this band put out. Like, it was trash. It was trash. It's not Portal. Do you really want to know what it was? I can't even remember the name. Like, I don't even care about the name. It's not Burzum. It's way worse. It's way worse. It's so bad. You need to check out Bloodhouse Nord and Wolves. What did you call me? What is a Bloodhouse Nord? That sounds like a bad time. If it was Portal, I was gonna riot, honestly. I've yet to listen to Portal, so it was not them. I'll get the vinyl for you. It's rough though. It's really bad. And even J-Dog, he commented on that because I made it into a video for, cause this is a series I make on YouTube. Y'all know this, some of you do. And J-Dog from Hell's Headbangers was like, yeah, this was not a release that I really approved. He was like, yeah, we know it was bad. So I'm having a hard ass time getting this thing in here. You know what? You're just gonna have to suck my nuts. I'm not putting this on here right now. You're welcome. There you go. God. Hi, Hellion. How are you? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Ugh. Okay, I'll get the record. It's gonna be pretty easy because it's like, it's A. So hold on, let me grab it. Let's see. Is it this one? Nightmare Catcher? Yes. It's Evangelist. God, was this thing awful. Oh my gosh. This thing was trash. Oof. This was trash. Oh man, oh man. This is Evangelist. Hi, Bagel Goose. How are you? I had a feeling somebody followed me. How are you? I love your name. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for being here. Say hello in the chat if you want to. What a name, I know. So this is Evangelist. They actually just released an EP this month or last month. This is Nightmare Catcher, and it's a total snooze fest. This thing was terrible. Doorstop. Complete doorstop. It's literally 4, not even. Oh my god, it's only 3 songs. And like the first song is just like, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is because like you could say it's just noise, but like not good noise. It's like the same like 1 to 2 single note guitar riff, and it's like it only changes to the second note like every 8 measures. So it's like the most boring, nothing happened for the first like 8 minutes of the song. This is like dumpster fire, pure awful trash dumpster. Terrible. Don't listen to this. Listen to this band maybe if you want to. I listen to this trash. Don't get it. This is awful. Sorry. Sorry, Evangelist, if you're probably watching this. Not probably, but I I think I've also heard through the grapevine that he doesn't even like that record, so oh, it's bad. It's bad. Anyway, the last record that I listened to, I did not listen to that this week. That was earlier in this series. But yeah, the last record I listened to, are you ready for this one? Are you ready? Mortician, Hacked Up for BBQ. Heck yes. For those of you that are listening to the stream, I picked up the vinyl of Hacked Up for Barbecue by Mortician. Classic record. I have the t-shirt of this. This album is this album is great because this is what started a small beef with me and J-Dog originally, and now we're cool. I got a lot of flack from a lot of people who called me a poser because I wore the t-shirt of this and listened to one of their songs. And yeah, here we are with the vinyl. Got the vinyl, listened to it, and I gotta say, I dig Mortician. I actually really like this band. This is a dope ass band. Mortician. Hacked Up for Barbecue is their debut album from 1997. It does feature a drum track, so a drum machine. So technically they're just a 3-piece band now, because as far as I am concerned, and I haven't officially really done research, just through the grapevine is what I've heard, their drummer did pass away and they just had a hard time trying to replace him. So they just keep the drum machine. And in that regard, like, originally I was making fun of Mortician. I'll be honest. I was making fun of Mortician because I heard about the drum machine. And I was like, why would they use a drum machine? That's dumb. Use a real drummer. But knowing the information behind why they use it, I just respect them and love that more. Gatefold. So, again, for those that are listening, it's a gatefold. Features Will Romer on the left and Roger Boujard on the right. And they just look badass. Great photo. Love them. And it's awesome. So... yeah, I really enjoyed the production on this, even though it was still kind of muddy and down-tuned, like what you see, or I got with Agonia, because obviously it's you know, this kind of grindcore death metal sort of sound. But I really loved the vocals, and also, of course, I can't not mention the horror movie samples used throughout this. There are so many awesome horror movie samples throughout this entire record, and I personally like it. I know that some people may think it's too much, but I enjoyed it. I thought that, you know, this is just a vibe. And some of these are like, is it brutal death metal? It's brutal death metal. That's right. I keep forgetting if it's like brutal or grindcore. It's brutal. That's right. I liked it. This is a really good album. And yeah, I'll show it to you closer up so you can kind of see what... Oh God, that was really close. Sorry. Just hella horror movie samples. Yeah, there's a lot. So that's the close-up picture of them. They look so cool. And then, you know, I'll just show you a close-up picture of the actual cover of it. So I love it. I'm sold on the Mortician. So prepare to see a video on Mortician eventually. I get annoyed with samples and stuff very quickly, and they use it in like every song. Yeah, they use it like every 2 or 3 songs they'll have a sample. So but at least the wait for the music is worth it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind it. But I guess it's just because I also have a fascination with like horror movies in a way, you know? So there's another Mortician vinyl that I've got. It is, I think, Chainsaw Dismemberment, which I also have the t-shirt for. So I have plans to listen to that when I get back into town from Thanksgiving. Some people can definitely overdo the samples. And honestly, like, even though I enjoy this record from Mortician, I do think that they've got a lot of samples. So, you know, I definitely understand and respect people's opinions who say they overdid the samples, because I agree, but I also really enjoy them. So, to each their own. Typical death metal photo with the arms crossed. It kind of becomes funny after a while, seeing these bands doing the same type of photo for the band. Yeah. I think it's just, you know, a classic thing at this point. So, yeah. I enjoyed them though. And I'm excited to listen to more Mortician. I've been sleeping on them too. There's a lot of bands this year that I've been listening to, and I know that we're getting into the end of the year, so all of the music critics and the content creators, they're all going to be doing their like end of the year like top 10 best lists and whatever else. So for me, I'm kind of thinking about like how I do it, because I always have my versions of it based on, you know, because I'm not some extreme metal, you know, I know everything about metal or whatever. So I'm thinking about having it be like something where it's like the best of what I discovered this year. So artists that I didn't originally know and that I then discovered, and then artists that I originally have heard about but never listened to until this year. So kind of having a two-way thing like that. So hi, Camillo. How are you? How is it going? Thank you so much for being here. Kaya's version. Yes. In my song I'm making called Tunnels, I'm using the Jaws part. Smile, you son of a bee, for a drop. Oh, that's awesome. See, that's what I also like too, is I love when artists use like little vocal samples, like 2-second ones, and then they have their songs come in. That's what Horrible Earth did, and I love that so much. So there's definitely really creative ways that you can use samples and little vocal parts and whatever else. So the lyrics flow great too. It's fun to read along with the record. It really is. I also really liked, I mean, there were so many good songs off of this record. I think Ripped in Half is literally like so short. I loved that song though. I loved Ripped in Half. It's literally ripped in half, left to die, blood pours out from both sides. That's it. It was awesome. Loved Ripped in Half. I loved Brutal Disfigurement. Deranged Insanity, Brutally Mutilated. Yeah, there were just a lot of really, really solid songs off of this record. So, you don't like vocal samples? Because MySpace Deathcore did it a lot. Yeah, you kind of, like, if you wanted to get into vocal samples, I feel like you would have had to get into music before the MySpace era, you know? There was a lot of people using them. I mean, I guess what my point is I got into vocal samples because I used to be a pretty big hip-hop head. You may or may not know this about me. I used to be really into hip-hop and rap before my metal discovery. But yeah, I knew a lot of that stuff. Not as much anymore, but that's where I really got a lot of my inspiration for samples. And I loved you know, basically doing research on records that were sampled. So like some of my favorite artists using certain samples and being like, where did that come from? And then reading the history on it, what record it came from, who was the artist, and stuff like that. That stuff is so interesting to me. MF Doom is so good. So good. I love MF Doom, and I think he's one of the most creative underground rappers. Like his whole delivery and style is just like, he's so creative, and his flows are always like just different, and he switches things up, and he's really a gem. Like honestly, he really is. And I think a lot of people sleep on MF Doom. So I think around 2010, 2014 is when hip hop went downhill for the genre and for me. There was somebody that commented on my unpopular opinions video because I talked about how the context of this is that somebody submitted an unpopular opinion and said modern day hip hop and rap is better than modern day metal, and I hardcore disagreed, and I explained why in my video. And this person commented and said like, hip hop is so good right now, like you know, basically you're wrong. Like hip hop and rap is so good right now, like you got to get below the you know, the mainstream. And I was like, that's fair, but I disagree. I was like, like even 10 years ago, and I mentioned it, even 10 years ago, you know, rappers were just making more interesting records, and production really meant something, you know. And I feel like now it's just not, it's just the quality's gone down. The storytelling's gone down. There's a lot of like, I haven't really heard anybody talking about any sort of groundbreaking record that's just, yeah, it's like, you know what also pisses me off? Here's another rant. Dre is still freaking making ass trash records and still getting like #1 on the charts. Girl, the fact that Drake was about to beat Michael Jackson for like the #1 streamed like male artist is nuts to me. So basically what I'm saying is make sure you go stream some Michael Jackson this week so we don't have Drake beating MJ, okay? God, you helped him by featuring his son. I wanted to cringe. That was for freaking bad music streams, which we do those. So if you're following on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, we do live music listening parties on Wednesdays. We won't be doing it this Wednesday because I'll be out of town for Thanksgiving, but the following week, we're going to do a bad music listening stream. We'll have some good songs in there too, but yeah, you'll probably see a link in here where if you want to submit requests for that, follow my Discord. Or if you're a part of my Patreon, you can submit there and get first priority, but that's just a small plug. So I only featured Drake's son's song for the bad music listening stream, and it was 100% worth it. Super cringe. Don't recommend you listen to it. Pusha T roasted him so bad. Yes, Pusha T did. Pusha T's pretty great. I mean, at least his older stuff was. So Drake is also an actor. Yeah. What was it Degrassi that he was in? He was the kid in the wheelchair, right? Nobody talks about that anymore. Nobody talks about the fact that Drake was the kid in the wheelchair in Degrassi. And then all of a sudden he just blew up into this like massive artist, and I'm like, okay. God. Yeah, I've never gotten into Drake ever. I can't. I just don't like his voice. I don't like his beats. I think he's an industry plant. I think, you know, the production is great. He's not great. He's got ghostwriters. Nothing he does is original, and I see right through it. It's all a facade for me. So, and that's my personal opinion. So if you like him, great on you. I've just never understood the hype. So do you remember the Drake memes? Bro, there's still a Drake meme from that one thing. It's like people who are like, nah, and then A, like that one. Still such a fire meme to this day. After MJ did Billie Jean, pop music have been slowly declining with only a few upswings during the 90s. Dude, like, just music in general. Like, honestly, can we talk about this for a second? Like, metal aside, because in the grand scheme of things for like mainstream music, nobody cares about metal, which is extremely unfortunate. But for like the mainstream music, which is mostly in what I think is like pop and like hip hop and rap, like it's been going downhill for ages. It's been going downhill since like probably, 2015, 2016 was an all right year for music, but I think honestly things have been kind of going downhill since like 2013, 2014 for some of these things. So, because like, you know, in the 90s and the early 2000s, you had Britney Spears in her prime. You had, you know, the Backstreet Boys. You had Eminem was in his prime. Dr. Dre was in his prime. You know, you had so many great, No Doubt, beautiful Gwen Stefani, who now completely messed up her face with freaking plastic surgery. Sorry, I ain't sorry, girl. You were gorgeous. We don't need to freaking adjust our bodies. That's a sad point. Girl, Christina Aguilera in her prime. Like, times were so much better back then. And like, you know, Kanye was in his prime. Jay-Z was in his prime. You know, Mariah Carey in her prime. And, you know, it was great. Then you had, new metal was hitting the scene, which regardless of what you think, I thought that was cool. Something new and interesting to kind of bring something different to the scene. You know, and then you had this kind of like alt rock wave that hit in the late 2000s, early 2010s. You had the Arctic Monkeys, Alabama Shakes, Arcade Fire. You had some really great festival bands, Iggy Azalea, who I did see live. You know, and I think it's just not the same. And I think, you know, I mean, sex has always been in the industry, right? I mean, you can't deny it with, you know, stuff that you see with like Lil' Kim and they over-sexualized Britney Spears, you know, I mean, that's always been in the industry. But I also feel like at the same time, women were like not as nude, you know? So it was like they were still showing skin, but it wasn't like as bad. You know, you could still have your daughters look up to these women, even though it was like a little risque. But now it's just like full blown nudity. Like it's just not, you know, it's just not the same. It's not the same. And I think it's just because people you had more producers and managers and ghostwriters just writing nothing songs and just investing money in the wrong things, you know, and let's do like music that sells better for the radio, you know. And they took the soul out of it. So you Americans are always weird about being nude. Who cares? That's not the point. No, it's not that. It's that it's just too much. What are we talking about? Hi, Outlanders. How are you? We're talking about the change in music over the last few years, mostly with mainstream stuff. Just the overall change. The industry is running out of ideas. Running out of ideas and gurgling out the most club type beat. True. I mean, it is. And it's just like, you know, I think it's just, there's no soul in music anymore. And nobody cares. Nobody cares about trying to be a good role model for kids anymore. Nobody tries to like, not that it matters. You don't have to be a role model for people, but especially in the internet these days, like every parent is putting an iPhone and a phone in their kids' hands. Like YouTube is accessible, TikTok is accessible, like especially for women. Like that's why I respect the women in metal, because they're just classy. They keep it classy. And I just feel like they're better role models for younger women who are growing up in especially young teenage girls who need that role model. You know, it's like We don't need more, Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallions and Miley Cyrus's. Like, even though I used to love Miley, like, girl, you remember when her chicken wing looking ass was like all up on Robin Thicke? Do you remember that? Do you remember the freaking audacity of the Wrecking Ball video? Do you remember how much that freaking broke the internet back then? Oh my god. I remember when that Wrecking Ball music video hit the internet and people were on fire because of it. What a rant. I know, I'm really fired up today. I apologize. I don't get why that video was such a big deal, to be honest. The Wrecking Ball music video was such a big deal because this was a woman who had grown up on Disney Channel. She was 11 years old when she started Hannah Montana. And like, this is a girl who, like, we watched grow up from a child, and here she is naked on a wrecking ball. And it was the perfect move because it was like, it was her shedding her Disney Channel skin and being as outlandish as possible. So people were like, oh my gosh, and they completely disassociated her from her Disney Channel side. I think it was perfect because in the end, later on in Miley's career, she was able to, like, people don't see her anymore as like Hannah Montana or as this Disney child star, at least in my opinion. She can wreck these balls. Disney is trash now. I remember when Disney didn't used to be trash. It's mainstream pop, only there to get attention, clicks, and horny teenagers on the dance floor, and a week later, it's old news. It feels very lifeless and definitely like fast food for the ears. Yeah, just nothing has value anymore. It doesn't have a soul. There's no story to it. I remember when people could make music, they made records that actually had something of value. There was emotion. There was like something there that people could really connect to. It wasn't just like ghost written industry fluff, Do you remember the Selena Gomez music video, Hand to Myself? Yes. I also do think that streaming has affected music a lot because people have such short attention spans now that they can't listen to a full album anymore. That's why you've got so many people just releasing singles. That's why you have so many people just releasing EPs, like Spiritbox. The last few records they've released have been like 6-song EPs. Why do you think they're doing that? Because it's, easier to do 6 songs, release it, and just have it out there. And for these people that can't sit through a whole thing, people just listen to playlists now too. That's another thing. My mama's calling me. So I love my mom, but I ain't answering. The last time I answered my mama's phone call on stream, she was coughing for 10 seconds the whole time before I could even get a word through. So I remember when Justin Bieber came out. Those were dark times. Oh my gosh, yeah, you remember when the Baby music video dropped? Do you remember that? I remember when freaking Justin Bieber came out. That was crazy. That's kind of a cool story though, that he got discovered on YouTube. But it's just, God, it's just, yeah, streaming has affected music and people's attention spans, and people, I wish we could get back to an era where people listened to an album from front to back and were able to sit through one. But now we're in an industry where it's like, it's almost frowned upon to even release an album that's 10 songs, 12 songs long, And because like people are like, I'd rather just release a bunch of singles and then have all of those singles be on an album, or release like 4 songs and then that's the record, Albums should be short, definitely. But I think it also depends. Like, you had a lot more people doing like, which you'll see in my stack of records that I really love that are not metal albums. You had a lot more people doing longer albums, concept albums, double LPs back in the day versus now, mainstream music goes. I feel so out of touch with it. Yeah, I do too. By the way, your video on Barbados was awesome. I've never heard about the band, and your video made a very cool introduction to the band. Would love to see more videos like that in the future. Thank you so much, Jonathan. I really appreciate that. I'm actually planning on doing a lot more videos like that in the future because I really like that style. It's kind of like a background history meets like album review / unboxing, which I like. So I like that style, and I definitely am going to keep it. So there's a lot of things I'm kind of playing around with, but thank you. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing so well. Thank you so much for being here. How are we doing on this YouTube side? Checking everything. Have we gotten anything? Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just checking everything, making sure everything looks good. TV sitcom themes from 70s and 80s are better than new metal. That's nostalgic. Yeah. So I want to talk about, I'm going to drink some water, and then we're going to talk about my favorite non-metal albums, if y'all are interested in hearing. Now that I've ranted so much this morning, apparently I am apparently I'm on fire today. So, oh my gosh. Ew, wood filler is the new main ingredient in their food? That's so gross. Hi, Sam. How are you? Welcome so much to the Twitch. Thank you so much for following. I hope you are doing so well, and I hope you enjoy the little emotes that you get to use. How's it going? How is it going? Disintegration by The Cure is my top 10 album of all time. Yes. Y'all let me know what's some of your favorite non-metal albums. I'm going to get into my stack. You're a spicy girl. I know. I'm feeling spicy today. I got an awesome stack of music that I'm going to share with you. And these are records that I've had in my CD collection for years and years and years. So if you don't know, all of my metal stuff is behind me, obviously for the channel and the streams, but in my living room, I've got, granted, I moved from Asheville, North Carolina here to Stillwater, so I had to get rid of a lot of the filler because I was like, you know what, I just want to keep some physical albums and then listen to everything else digitally to save room. So you like the first two Alice in Chains records? Ooh, you love the Beatles, huh? I'm more of a Rolling Stones girl. So, but they were also like my first concert. I saw them when I was 12. So I'm in love with the Rolling Stones. Anyway, this is going to be in order from like the newest to the oldest record that I own. So starting with the, or should I do it the opposite way? I'll do it the opposite way. Hold on. Let's do, yeah, we'll start this way. Or not. That's going to be so difficult. Okay, we're just going to start from the top. From the newest to the oldest. So the first one is Fleet Foxes. And this is Helplessness Blues. This record is from 2011. And this is a really, really great folk, alternative, kind of rock band. They really don't make that much music. So the backstory between Fleet Foxes, if you're not familiar, is these are some smart ass dudes. Like, I think these guys either go to Yale or Berkeley or something like that while also being in this band, and they just are like normal dudes. So they did this record and then they kind of like went on hiatus to like finish being smart boys. And then they came back and did, another record, and it was really, really good. So I love this record. My favorite song is Battery Kinsey, Helplessness Blues. And there's other ones on here, but really what's so great about this record is the harmonies and just the overall sound. I love it. I absolutely love this record. Do you like the Avett Brothers? I really haven't listened to them. Jack Johnson is also another artist I really, really love. I don't have any of his records, actually, now that I think about it, but I should get it. But my dad was really into Jack Johnson. And so when I was growing up, a lot of his music was played, as well as another artist, which I'll have in here. But yeah, Jack Johnson just kind of reminds me of my dad. We don't talk anymore. Haven't talked in ages. That's whatever. I'm not sensitive to it, but I love Jack Johnson. So the Fleet Foxes record was a big coming of age album for me. The lyrics are so good. Yeah. Listen to this album, especially if you like kind of melodic death metal or melodic black metal. This is really, really good for the harmonies. It's like such a big group of dudes. Like, So Paul Simon is also really, really good. The next one is Dua Lipa and her second album, Future Nostalgia. Now, this was a banger of a pop record. I'm not the biggest fan of Dua Lipa's first album, but Dua, girl, you're a babe. Like, I love me some Dua. Girl, she's so hot, and this was great. You know, industry plant, ghostwriting, pop, not a lot of soul, but okay, I can get past that for a pop princess, especially one, if they're a babe, but two, if the sound and the vibe of the record is completely different than what's normally there. And yeah, this is really good. She's I think my favorite songs are like Levitating. I love Physical's a dope ass song. Break My Heart is a dope ass song. So solid. She's so beautiful. Her voice is a little meh. She definitely has a meh voice, but what she lacks in voice, her producers made up for a banger record. That was just like the record for me during the pandemic, because this was released in 2020 during the pandemic. So this was a huge thing for me to listen to back then. I do like Pink Floyd. The Wall is my favorite record from them, which I actually have the album of. I do have the double CD of The Wall, but you know. So these are the next one going down the line is Reputation by T Swizzle. This album was heavily slept on, disliked, tanked when it first came out, and I remember really disliking this album, listening to it and being like, girl, what the hell is this? Like, is this after coming out of 1989? Like, this album was trash when it first came out. She was so pissed that it didn't get nominated for a Grammy, which just kind of shows her true color, Grammy, which just kind of shows her true colors, because she really just cares about the numbers. Whatever, that's a side thing. This record really grew on me, though, when I was kind of going through a rough time with my ex-boyfriend. On a personal note, and I like this more than I like, based on how many songs I like off of this record, I like this more than I like 1989. This is a banger. Have I heard of Rush? I have. I've never listened to them. Or maybe I have tried and I just couldn't. So you know how I feel about Reputation. What was it? I love this record. I feel like every girl likes Taylor Swift. Not true. The next one is 444 by Jay-Z. I love this record. This has some of the best modern production. This record came out in 2017, which was also a pretty stellar year for hip-hop. I love this record. Jay-Z, great, phenomenal, love it so much. Definitely, this was like right after Beyonce released Lemonade, which I've got. That's my next one. But this is after Beyonce released Lemonade, and this pretty much just talks about his mess ups, making money. He's giving advice in here, and I like it. He's talking about family, he's talking about life, and this is a really good piece of work. followed up with his wife's album, Lemonade. And this was a banger when it first came out, and it's from 2016. This was her like fiery, I'm gonna divorce my husband, Jay-Z, if he sleeps around with another woman album. Like, this thing was fire. And, you know, I mean, I say fire. I just really like Hold Up. And I love the song Don't Hurt Yourself. Like, the fact that Jack White from the White Stripes collabed with Beyonce is insane. Like, So, that's a pretty banger of a record. Next up, we got T-Swizzle's 1989. I like the first half of this pretty much. Everything up until How You Get the Girl. And, yeah, Clean is okay. This Love is pretty okay. It's just kind of sad. I know Places is kind of cringy, so the last like 4 tracks off of this is fine. They're okay, but the rest of the album is very, very solid. And yeah, pretty much this is the best selling Taylor Swift record to date. The biggest thing she's ever released. Shake It Off. I mean, you remember when that hit the freaking radio, girl? Yeah, I do too. You remember the video of the cop that you remember the video of the cop that was like singing Shake It Off in the car? Like, that thing was so cute. Yes. You like the song about New York? I understand. Bye, Ollie. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh. Do you like the Gorillaz? Nah. I think they're overhyped. Clint Eastwood is good. I do need to check out more Judas Priest. Shake It Off put me off Taylor for years. Yeah. A lot of people didn't like that song. The next one is Florence and the Machine. And this is her record, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful. Absolutely fire album from Florence Welch. I love Florence and the Machine so much. That being said, this is like the only record I really enjoy. I haven't listened to anything new from her. Everything from this record and before is solid. Her voice is absolutely unmatched. She is a belter. She is so wonderful. I love her. Love Florence and the Machine. She's great. She's great. The Taylor Swift and Kanye beef is absolutely phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So, this is just a great record. You should listen to this if you like Florence and the Machine. This is probably one of her, like, best records from modern times. Like, it's really, really solid. And I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, I just could sing to it all day long. Anyway. This is, oh my gosh, who is this? Alt J. Alt J. This is their record, In Awesome Wave. This came out in 2012. So if you understand the best times for music. 2012, Alt J, An Awesome Wave. This has Fitz Pleasure on it, Breeze Blocks, which is also really good. Matilda's on here. I just love Breeze Blocks and Fitz Pleasure. This is a really solid album. Alt J, you would like them, Justin. They're kind of weird and they're like folky, but kind of weird. Their lyrics do and don't make sense, and they're kind of all over the place. You should definitely listen to them, especially if you're into kind of like some weirder stuff, which I know both of you, Metallic Death and Justin, are into weirder stuff. So you should listen to Alt J. I like Mumford & Sons. Yeah. Mumford & Sons used to be really, really good. I can't believe they're still relevant. They got a freaking spot as a headliner in the most recent Austin City Limits Festival, and I'm like, why? We're all weirdos. We are all weirdos. All right, the next one, this is going to be a little controversial, and I'm excited to stir the pot some more. We got Kanye, and yeah, pretty much This is, 808s and Heartbreaks. This is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And just imagine that I also have the Yeezus record, which I did have on CD. I just don't know what happened to it. I don't have it anymore. I don't have Yeezus anymore. I used to own it both on vinyl and the clear CD, which I just thought was so cool. Just literally a clear CD. Both of these are pretty soft bangers. I'm a huge Kanye fan. I'm not any more of his like current stuff. It just doesn't hit with me, but his older stuff is still fire. However, this is still kind of a mid record. This has some pretty solid tracks on it, but they're just like the songs that I love off of these records is worth me at least like holding on to them and listening to them. So what's your favorite Ozzy Osbourne album? I don't know. I am not totally sure. Probably something off of Blizzard of Oz, maybe. So he has been shrouded in controversy, which, I won't get into. When has Kanye never not been in controversy? I mean, this man has like lived off controversy since like the Taylor Swift beef. So I forgot to mention before that I do love that song E.T. by Katy Perry. Oh my God, I haven't thought about that song in ages. Good morning, some great DJ. How are you? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? So he has a lot of opinions. This is very true. I will always love Kanye's music, and I ain't sorry for that. And I'm in the same boat. He hasn't released, in my opinion, anything good since The Life of Pablo, though. So next one is Stadium Arcadium double CD by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I am a massive Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. This is another band that I really listened to a lot and was inspired to listen to a lot from my dad, just like Jack Johnson. Love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, it's pretty much like I honestly haven't listened to Mars, so the two CDs on here are Jupiter and Mars. I don't even care about Mars. I just care about Jupiter because it's got like the whole like pretty much the 2/3 of that Jupiter record is all bangers. Like, I love it so effing much. I like, dude, Danny California, Snow, Hey Ho, which is fine. Charlie is like, oh, love the solo at the end. So good. Stadium Arcadium is awesome. Hump to Hump is a banger. She's Only 18 is also one of my jams. Like, I love it so much. Fire, Dope, Nasty, Stadium Arcadium. I'm signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Flea is a legend. I love it. So, next one, we got more Kanye. I'm here for the controversy. We got the first two albums by Kanye West, College Dropout and The Late Registration. Both of these records are absolute fire-ass, dope, nasty bangers. I mean, Kanye in his prime cannot be messed with. He is he used to be. And I still think he has it, but I think he needs to just take care of himself. I honestly think Kim did a lot of damage to him, but that's just the Kardashians for you. But Kanye in his prime was a producer that you could not mess with. Everybody wanted to work with him, and he got famous because he was making beats with Jay-Z. When Jay-Z was popular, Jay-Z hired Kanye to freaking do his records, like, in college. Then he decided he was going to make his own stuff, and these two records are fire. Like, this whole album, The College Dropout, is absolute masterful production. Like, everything from the storytelling, the samples, like, it's perfect. I love it. And it's one of my favorite records. Same with Late Registration. Just the song Roses is chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Very passionate about my Kanye songs. You should definitely listen to older Kanye because it's the production that's like the most fascinating thing for me personally on these older records. Regardless of what you think about him, like the way he uses samples, the way he has certain, I can hear it because I've got that ear. It's just awesome. It's awesome. So it's awesome. So the next one might be, it's somebody you probably don't know, but it is Patty Griffin and her debut album, Living with Ghosts. I love this artist. This is a folk singer, and this entire record, she made this when she was about my age, like 26. If you like singer-songwriter, older folk stuff, you should listen to this album. I absolutely connect with this, and I'll be honest, whenever I'm in my sad girl mood, whenever I think about my granddad who passed away, and especially when I lost Spooner earlier this year, this is the record I gravitate to. This is like my sad girl, feel homey music. But this entire record, like I said, she recorded it when she was about like 26-ish. And the entire thing is just her and her acoustic guitar. So it's just her in a room. That's just what she's doing. And I love it because on the song, Every Little Bit, I think is what it is, you can hear this ambulance in the background, like outside the studio going, like driving past, but it's perfectly timed with this like section in the song that just is so amplified and so like aggressive and whatever, and it's perfect. I love it. Love this record. So you should listen to this, especially for road trip music. It's great. Patty Griffin, Living with Ghosts. Next one. You ready? Rage Against the Machine. Bulls on Parade. Evil Empire is what it is. Evil Empire, Bulls on Parade. Love this song. People of the Sun, love it. Vietnam, Revolver. Like, boo. Fire. Love Rage Against the Machine. I loved Rage Against the Machine since, like, before my time, girl. Before I ever got into metal, I was blasting this. I would show up at the freaking Trader Joe's blasting this record, and all of those freaking Karens with their stupid little mini grocery carts would be looking at me being like, what happened? And I'd be like, get out of my way, girl. Oh, man. Rage Against the Machine. Win album. Love it. Next one. Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funk Music by Outkast. I've already said I love Andre 3000. I love Outkast. I love this record. I've seen Outkast live. It was dope. Outkast. You can't go wrong with Outkast. So if you're into them, Southern Playalistic Cadillac music, you need to listen to this record just for history's sake. It's great. It's just a fun time. So get your own thing. I know. The next one, we're getting into older stuff now. This is like the older stuff that I got. I did see Outkast live. I saw them at Austin City Limits. Oh my gosh, Thrasmaniac. Thank you so much for resubscribing. I really appreciate it. Totally forgot, LOL, he said. That is okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing to the Twitch. I really appreciate it. I very much am excited to see you here. How are you doing? How are you doing? We're into the older stuff now. I've already mentioned that I love the Rolling Stones, and this is the double record. This is Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones. I love this record to death. Oh, just this entire thing is fire. I mean, Brown Sugar, you've got Wild Horses on this record. Fire. You got Can't You Hear Me Knocking. You got Sister Morphine, Dead Flowers. Moonlight Mile, the closing song off this first CD, it's fire. I love Moonlight Mile. I love this record. Rolling Stones, you've got my whole heart. It's perfect. Next one, Led Zeppelin, and we've got, I think this is their first record. I don't really know. Yep, 1971, Led Zeppelin. This has Black Dog on it, Stairway to Heaven, but most importantly, it's got one of my favorite songs of all time, and that is When the Levee Breaks. Yep, it was 4. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Led Zeppelin 4. When the Levee Breaks is one of my favorite songs of all time. This record has it. Love it. Led Zeppelin's fire. What more can you say? Jimmy Page. But more importantly, what I really, really love about When the Levee Breaks is the story of how the drums were recorded. I'm a big drum nerd. Y'all know this. What I love about it is when they recorded the drums, they actually put the drum set in this kind of taller, I don't know what it was, but it was kind of like this taller building with these massive vault ceilings, and they hung down these microphones above the kit. And when they played it, that's how they got that drum sound. That's how they got that intro drum sound. Fire. Dope. Nasty. Love it. Next one, not really a surprise since we're that far out. Fleetwood Mac. This is Rumors. Fire album. Why, you may ask? Girl, have you ever listened to this album? The Chain, also one of my most favorite albums ever. Songs ever. The Chain. I love Secondhand News. Dreams is on this. You need to listen to this album. You need to listen to this for real. Don't Stop is on here. Go Your Own Way is freaking on here. Like Rumors. 1010. Classic album. You just can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with freaking Fleetwood Mac. Rumors, it's awesome. I would have put their other album too, but I really only like Landslide off of that. This one I feel like personally has just way more bangers on it. So that's my personal opinion. Next one, Creedence Clearwater Revival. This album is also fire. Creedence Clearwater just is one of those great old school bands. Now we're really getting into some of the older stuff. Susie Q, I Put a Spell on You. Bad Moon Rising, Lodi is on here. Great song. And yeah, Fortunate Son, Traveling Band, Up Around the Bend. Girl, Creedence Clearwater Revival. You can't go wrong with them. I love this band. Great old sound. We already know them. Next up is my girl, Aretha Franklin. Now, this is actually a kind of a compilation record. It's called Under Her Spell just because it's got all her bangers on it. I love Aretha Franklin. I think I've mentioned this a lot of the time. A lot of times. I love Aretha Franklin so much. It took me... I got into her obviously so late. I didn't start listening to her until I was probably 20. And I just really connected with her. What I love about her, she's kind of this she was giving off bad girl energy even in the 60s when she was recording this, and I love it. Her voice is amazing. Her songwriting is amazing. She's got so much sass. She's got so much soul, and this entire record is a banger. I mean, Ain't No Way, Say a Little Prayer. My favorite songs are Chain of Fools, freaking Baby I Love You, Since You've Been Gone, Bridge Over Troubled Water. I mean, girl, I cried when she died. I was so sad. Do I like Billie Holiday? I don't think I've ever listened to Billie Holiday. Tusk in its entirety with the pauses as Lindsey Buckingham intended for it to be heard. Oh, man. All right, the next one is... I'm so proud about this. Probably one of my favorite things. It is a Johnny Cash 3 CD set of CD collection. Love, God, and Murder. If you don't know, Johnny Cash is one of my favorite people, favorite artists. And Johnny Cash is really metal, honestly. I don't know anybody who doesn't like Johnny Cash. But more importantly, my granddad was very inspired by him. I have a signed picture from Johnny Cash in my living room that he got. And I inherited it when my grandfather passed away. So Johnny Cash just means a lot to me. My mom, when she was a younger girl, she got to see Johnny Cash. And he patted her on the head as he was passing by. And I love him. And so this is, like I said, a 3 CD collection. Love, God, and Murder. So the first CD is a compilation of all of his songs about love, and things like that. So on here, you've got, Walk the Line, My Old Faded Rose. You've got Ballad of Barbara, Ring of Fire, stuff like that. Next one is God, so songs about religion, his faith, things like that. It Was Jesus is honestly one of my favorite songs. It was Jesus. Like, he has like this whole little choir with him. Like, honestly, it's fire. It's so good. And yeah, so good. Let's see if there's other ones that y'all might know. My God Is Real. Let's see. Man in White. The Kneeling Drunkards Plead. Just really good. Really, really good. This is my favorite one, though, and that is, of course, Murder. Now, I think this is why Johnny Cash is kind of metal, in my opinion, why so many people love him, is he was just a badass. There's something about not Kanye, there's something about Johnny Cash that's just, and that's, he's just a cowboy, and like, he writes these amazing stories, and of course, on this Murder record, you've got Folsom Prison Blues, you've got Orleans Parish Prison, let's see, Going to Memphis, Highway Patrolman, The Wall. Yeah. It's just badass. So those are all of the records that I have that are not metal, that are my favorite records, some of them. So, and I dropped the box. You're welcome. So I hope you enjoyed. Can't go wrong with the Man in Black. No, you cannot. Oh. Yeah, he's really, really good. So the new Sadist is worth checking out. Did you like it? I have yet to check it out. I've yet to listen to it, but I did enjoy Sadist, what I heard of them. So yeah, definitely listen to some of those albums. They might just change your opinion. You got the foundation. Little Good Collection. Those are all the ones that are just worth mentioning, Those are all the ones that are worth mentioning. There are others, but, Don't tell me what to do. I'll tell you what to do, girl. Come on. Favorite Metallica album? I've only listened to the Black Album in its entirety, so I would say that one. I am going to be seeing Queensryche in 2024. No, my favorite is not Saint Anger. Girl. Lulu, no. Yeah, I've got to listen to, more Metallica. I was going to do some more of their records for Thrash Giving. So I do still have plans to dive through Kill 'Em All first and kind of do a whole review video on them and whatever. So that will still come. I'm kind of just waiting, honestly. I'm just waiting for like Thanksgiving to end. I'm waiting for me to get back from Thanksgiving so I'm not going anywhere else. So then I can just focus on other things, So we're out of time. Yeah, whatever. We'll get to it. So your favorite is Kill 'Em All? Yeah, I've heard it's a good record. So you like the first 5 Metallica albums. Kind of mixed on Justice, though. I don't listen to anything after that. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have mixed feelings about the latter albums of Metallica's discography after And Justice. because that's when a lot of people say they fell off, but then you have a lot of people that say they fell off after Master of Puppets. You have a lot of people that say they fell off after the Black Album. You have a lot of people who hate the Black Album. So, Ride the Lightning. You like that one? You will love the country vibe on Load. Everyone else here, not at all. Yeah, I mean, it depends. It really depends. I think for me, it's like, yeah, I mean, I just need something to connect to, you know? Oh my gosh. Hello. Hi, Mass. Is it Mesa Moon? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following the Twitch. I hope you are doing so well, and I hope you enjoy the emotes that you can now use in chat. How's it going? Is this your first time rolling up into the stream? We've been getting so many wonderful followers on here. Hi. Welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot. Post tons of different content on here, so it's definitely a fun environment over here. And we do other streams as well, so if you're interested in popping by for one of those on Twitch every Wednesday, not this Wednesday though because it's Thanksgiving, but starting next Wednesday we'll do it. We do live music listening parties. Sometimes we do bad music streams too, so you can submit songs for that. And then also Fridays we do a gaming stream, so chill gaming stream. That's also on YouTube and Twitch. So right now we've been doing Resident Evil 4, the original from 2005, but I think we're going to do some Red Dead Redemption 2. We're going to do some more Red Dead next week after Thanksgiving. It's your first time watching me on Twitch. I've seen a couple YouTube vids. Yay, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. What YouTube videos did you watch? I worked a show, Metallica at Stubbs. Oh my gosh. I remember Stubbs. That's amazing. Yeah. Stubbs was great. Austin used to be a really great place. 10, 15 years ago. Before all the Californians moved there. Sorry, not sorry, girl. Okay? Austin used to be way freaking cooler, way less gentrified. And way less expensive. You need to play some Redneck Rampage. Ooh, I do. You're right. Hi, Haunted Entity. I thought you canceled this? No. I canceled the fundraiser part of this. So if you don't know, I was supposed to do my charity stream today, but I rescheduled it to next Monday because I wasn't prepared, honestly. I've just been so busy preparing content for YouTube in preparation to me being out of town, and there's a lot that goes into the charity stream, and I feel like I didn't have enough ideas, but now I've got ideas. So the charity stream we're going to do for next Monday, it will be on both Twitch and YouTube, and I am going to try and set up the charity side on Twitch too. But it's going to be awesome. We're going to have games. We're going to have rewards. We've got some fun activities. So it's going to be a lot better than what I had originally planned, which would just have been subpar and boring, in my opinion. So the charity stream will be next Monday from 9 to 1 p.m. And that's U.S. Central Time. That'll be next Monday. I will also have a brand new Pupper Tan. I'm getting a dog over Thanksgiving, so I'm very excited to finally have a dog again. So, a hot take: selling out is good if it ends up working out. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I mean, Metallica's making money, so I guess it worked out for them. So. Your new job interview is in 45 minutes. Oh my gosh. I hope you do so well. Good luck. You've got my back. I got your back. I got your back. There you go. You've got my back. I wish you luck. I hope it goes well. Just remember to breathe. And and just remember to breathe. And know that it's not the end of the world even if you don't get it. working on violin bows. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Have you seen the video on YouTube of the girl who made beer with Oh God, no. I think people just need to get off the internet sometimes. I can't believe that's a thing, Adam. That's disgusting. You're nervous but confident? I know. You're going to do so well. I genuinely believe you're going to do so well. Let us take the interview questions. No, we want them to get hired, not fired before they enter the building. So, oh gosh, it wasn't like Metallica was making Chump Change before the Black Album. Yeah. Give thanks for the new dog. I'm really excited. I'm very excited to get this new Pupper Tan. So, yeah, I think I'm going to still name her Rusty. Have I shown a picture? I've shown a picture. Do you want to see another picture? So I am going to be getting a new Pupper Tan. She's going to be a black and tan little bloodhound about 5 months old. So I did have a previous bloodhound, my big fat boy Spoon, which a lot of y'all know of. And he sadly passed away a couple months ago after being sick for a while. He wasn't an old dog. He was only like 5.5. So I'm excited to finally have a new little baby girl. Or just a new dog. Yeah, so I'm hoping that she will be like fine enough and potty trained enough to actually show on the stream a little bit on that Monday, on that charity stream. So this is her. She's chewing a box. She's munching on a box. That's her. And if you're just watching, imagine a little 5-month-old black and tan bloodhound chewing a box. So my mama said that she doesn't look like a Rusty though, so we'll kind of see if we decide to keep that name. But I'm excited. I get to meet her on Wednesday. I'm also a little nervous. So I want a dog, but I don't have room for one. They're hard to take care of, but I'm excited. So Thanksgiving, get to see my grandma and get to see this Pupper Tan. So it'll be cool. Right before Christmas too. I can't believe it's already that time. So who names a girl Rusty? Footloose. Hello. It's Footloose. Yes, cheers in the chat. Cheers in the chat. Yeah, I mean, I just liked it because it was like, I think it was Rusty and it was probably, it was Willard. So in Footloose, it was Willard and Rusty that were a couple in there. And so I was like, oh, Rusty would be a cute name. And then I could get a little boy bloodhound and name him either like Beauregard or Willard. Spooner's going to be pretty tough to beat, but that's okay. You breaking my heart. Caller Kaya Jr. Oh my gosh. You had a pet cockatiel named her Dante. Oh my gosh. Yeah, when I went to the vet office, the one that Spooner used to go to, because I was picking up his urn, his little urn. And, oh, Patriarchy, thanks so much for subscribing for Tier 1. I am so excited that you are here. How are you doing? Thanks so much for being here. I was picking up Spooner's little urn from the vet, and I told him I was getting a new puppy. And the front desk girl had the audacity to tell me, like, oh, you should name her Forker. And I'm like, girl, don't make me walk out of here with a temper, okay? I am not naming my little girl Forker, okay? See, I'll spend money. Oh, please. Thank you so much, Patriarchy. You are awesome. Justin is the founder. He's the first one that subscribed. I love the word audacity. I know. What's with the dancing Taylor Swift? That's my little, what is it, notification for when somebody subscribes. Yes, there's cute little emotes. So if you do subscribe to my Twitch, or you subscribe to my YouTube as a channel member, you get some really cute custom emotes you can use in the chats. You get more animated emotes with YouTube because they just allow you to do animated emotes for all of your emojis your emotes if you want, whereas Twitch only allows, at least for right now, it only allows me to give y'all one if you're a tier 1 subscriber. So I have to hit a certain amount of subscribers in order to unlock another slot. So I need more subs for more emotes. Yep. So I need like 15 subs in order to get like one more standard emote and one more slot for an animated emote. So I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just telling you what the requirements were. I was more frustrated that it was a 60-day lock period for me to even put free emotes for followers. I had to wait 60 days. They were like, your account has not been, and I was like, bitch, I'm already monetized. Like, God. I thought it said you need more subs. Sluts for emotes? No, that's Pokemon. Sub everyone or else. Yeah, I'm still a little salty that the booty emote got rejected, girl. I mean, apparently simp is a banned word on here. I had no idea. So you have an umbrella cockatoo named Percy that sounds like a black metal vocalist. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Had him for a long time. Loves metal. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Anthony. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, I know. I can't believe it's Thanksgiving. If you're new to the stream, I asked earlier what's on your Thanksgiving playlist, or if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, what have you been jamming? What have you been jamming, girl? The other thing I've been listening to as well was the new Spiritbox EP, which I didn't talk about this actually through that. But yeah, I listened to the new Spiritbox EP, and I also listened to Insomnium's The Songs of the Dusk EP. So those are both on Patreon right now for you to view. The Insomnium video is partnered with Century Media, and then Spiritbox is an exclusive for Patreon, and I'm excited. I really enjoyed both of those EPs a lot. Spiritbox, I'm really proud of them. Jaded got nominated for a Grammy, and I'm just excited. Like, I feel like that is deserved. I really want Spiritbox to win, because if there's any band that in that metal category that got nominated and should win, it's freaking Spiritbox, girl. I can't believe it's December either. Like, what happened to this year? I don't understand what happened between like August and now. Insomnia is so good. Yes, Mesa, I think so too. Spiritbox needs to win, because if like out of all of those options, like, I mean, I know this is the Grammys we're talking about, but Spiritbox is like more metal out of all of those options. They're more modern. They've got more of this metal sound, although like this, you know, Fear of Fear EP is a lot of pop forward. You know, it's very pop forward, so it's not really surprising that it would get nominated, but I hope they win. I really hope they win. That would be a well-deserved win. So it's not about being more metal. It's about not being old as fuck. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, is they're like the most contemporary band out of that entire list. Like, they have to win. Girl, come on. Like, let's give it to like a young band on the scene, please. They need to win. Like, I was also watching a live recording of Spirit Box performing Jaded live at a festival, and this person was like front row, got amazing footage of bomb ass Courtney in this like smoky gray outfit. She looked so gorgeous. She sounded amazing, and just being able to like hear her screams and everything live, like they're in their prime right now, and I love it. So they won't give it to younger bands. Get over it. This is probably true. Metallica will probably win, or Slapnuts, which is a little unfortunate. Because I haven't even heard Metallica's 72 Seasons, but I just know from public opinion that a lot of people thought it was a snooze fest. And I just don't think it deserves it. They've already got their wins. Give it to Spirit Box. How are people still listening to Disturbed? I don't know. And if you like those bands and you think they should win, I support you in your decisions. Yeah, Cellar Door and Angel Eyes slap very hard. They're very dark energy, but I loved that in Angel Eyes you have Courtney in this like all black attire, so she's the character from Cellar Doors and Jaded, and then the girl in the white dress that's in the fish tank is her from Too Close, Too Late. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the symbolism. Like, I'll talk about this more in my review. I mentioned it a lot in my reaction of this EP on my Patreon, but there's a lot of stuff to unpack with that EP, because there's a lot of emotion there that Courtney is sharing. There's a lot of like what feels like a family fallout, or some sort of like relationship that ended. Like, there's something there that we're not, I need to dig more into, The mirroring is very cool. It's so cool. It was really great. I'm a little disappointed that they had a visualizer for The Void, yet they had music videos for all of the other songs, but maybe they will release a music video for The Void in a little bit, because they've done, music videos for everything else, but I kind of wish that they had released music videos for everything. Ultraviolet's so beautiful. So 72 Seasons was a recycled bin record. Yeah. I think that, 72 Seasons, just from what I've heard, is too long and too boring. You did not like this EP as much as Rotoscope, to be honest, and that's fair. I haven't listened to Rotoscope, but the self-titled song I listened to off of Rotoscope, I'm not a fan of. So it could be that I just don't like Rotoscope, and I prefer, what's on the Fear of Fear, because I do like the more poppier side of Spirit Box. In my personal opinion, like, Spirit Box is my girl metal, and I've been needing that. It's my girl pop metal, and I've been needing that since I disowned Ariana Grande. I've been missing the girl bops for me, I've talked about this many times. So I needed my girl music and my girl boss music, and Spirit Box is now girl boss music. So for me, since you became a poser, I think I will always be called a poser, and I don't know why. I don't know why. So yeah, I really hope that really hope that Spirit Box wins. It would be, a very well-deserved win for them. So, Rotoscope is my least favorite out of the three in that EP. Saw Me, Hysteria are so much better. Yeah, River Runs Red classic. You should definitely hear Spirit Box if you're into it. I would hear their latest record, The Fear of Fear, and then I would go to Eternal Blue before going to Rotoscope, but that's just my opinion. Other people might say something different. I've heard the song Holy Roller is really, really good, but I've never listened to the song Holy Roller because I want to listen to that whole album in its entirety. I'm thinking for Patreon, but maybe I'll just listen to it in my own time because I love Spirit Box that much now. But Circle With Me is one of my favorite tracks by them. Super like pop metalcore sound. Great cleans from Courtney. She's really great at screaming too. Like there's just a great balance. And in the music video for Circle With Me, she's got the ponytail, the blue hair. Like, girl, she's like a metal pop princess. She's like the metal version of Ariana Grande, but not as chicken wing skinny. Like, that's what I like about her. Sorry, Ariana, but I can't stand her right now. I can't stand her right now. Homegirl needs to eat a plate of enchiladas. Like, honestly, I could get into a whole freaking rant about this, but I'll contain myself. The only thing I don't like is the modern metal production, which is fair. Eternal Blue is better than Fear of Fears. I think so. I mean, I haven't even listened to the entire Eternal Blue record, and I already think it's better. I know, I already ranted about Ariana, so I've already ranted today, so I'll keep myself contained, but Poser is the keyboard warrior tapping Poser while tripping on Ariana Grande. Yeah. Yeah, she's just a disappointment. Biggest disappointment of this year. There are some amazing songs on Eternal Blue. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited to listen to it. But metalcore is an acquired taste, just like deathcore is. And Cattle Decapitation is slowly turning into a deathcore band. This is like a thing that I'm realizing. It took me a minute to really understand why I didn't like Terrorsight as much as I liked Death Atlas. It took me a minute to realize, like, what is this that I'm hearing? What's so different about it? And it's because freaking Cattle's got such modern production now, and it's so overly produced that it's turning into a deathcore sound. Deathcore is popular right now. It is popular, so it would make sense, you know? And you could still say, you know, like Cattle Decap is still whatever you want, death grind or whatever, and you're entitled to your own opinion, but I disagree. It would make sense that their sound would be going more into a deathcore direction, because look at where we are with production and studios. They're with Metal Blade Records. Huge record label. So it's definitely not death grind anymore. Their older records have that death grind sound, but they're 100%, I guarantee you, their next album will be pretty much straight deathcore. Or it could be that their songwriting succeed on that album. I don't know. I don't know. I can hear it. I can hear it though. And I could see it in the live performance. And Magpie makes a really great point about why it kind of sounds like deathcore. Is like, with deathcore, it's all about the vocals, you know, mostly for the performance. So it's all about what the crazy things a vocalist can do, right? And that's what you get with Lorna Shore, for example. Will Ramos, amazing vocalist. Probably one of the most promising male vocalists, younger generation for metal, like crazy talented, can't deny that. Obviously with deathcore, it's all about Will's voice, right? It's all about all the crazy things that he can do, not so much about the instrumentation, but you know, and it's the same way with Cattle Decap. It's the same way with this Terrorsight album. It's all about what Travis can do. And you know, it's not crazy to think that, you know, older Cattle Decap would have inspired newer metalcore or deathcore bands now. Just like it's not strange that Cattle would be going more into this kind of overproduced deathcore sounding type thing with where we're at with music, where we're at with production and studios and all of that stuff. It's just a little too over polished. Just a little too polished. It needs more of that grit, you know? Vocals and breakdowns, yep. So, have you heard Cattle Decapitations to Serve Man? That's a brutal one. I have not. So, I have a running list of albums, like vinyls, that I really want to buy in the future. So, like vinyls on my wish list. We can kind of go over that. But I think that's just a difference that I noticed, you know? And it doesn't mean that I don't like Cattle Decap or that I don't think they're talented or whatever. Like, Cattle Decap is easily one of my favorite bands ever. Not as much as Dying Fetus, though, I've now realized. But I still love them. I love their sound, and nobody can do what Cattle Decap sound is. Because I genuinely believe that Cattle Decap's entire sound is in such a league of its own. You can't exactly pinpoint what it is, and it's awesome. I just love it. But so you're gonna go see Cattle Decap in March? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Are you gonna go see them? No, I guess this tour is ending in December. Who are you gonna go see them with? So I just need some caveman dumb guy hardcore riffs and some angry dudes screaming and I'm happy. Yeah, you definitely have it's not a simple taste in music, but you got a lot of really great like punk and hardcore stuff that you like to listen to, Justin, which I've liked a lot of your picks for these music listening parties that we do. So listening to more demos and complaining about overproduced albums. Our girl is growing up. Yeah, I think it's just because I don't know. I just notice these things. Because I guess I like when things have a little more grit to them, more personality. And you can, that being said, like you can have a modern record, Spirit Box, The Fear of Fear, or like, you know, Shadows of Intent, I think is what it is. It is Shadow of Intent. Like you can have a modern produced like higher quality polished record that still has personality, grit, and soul. So it really just depends. It depends. Their UK tour. Okay. Is it the same lineup? Is it the same lineup? Already moving out of the poser phase. Yeah, like I said, for some people, I could literally be interviewing Corpse Grinder and they'd still call me a poser. They'd be like, he's only doing it for, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, she paid for that interview. Suck on my nuts. Suck on my nuts. Have you ever listened to Demolic? I've heard of them. I've never heard them, though. What album do you recommend? Yep, sadly, those albums are getting pretty rare in metal. Yeah. Honestly, bands that have been around for a bit and don't have a couple of misfires are pretty rare. This is true. Although I've heard Immolation is not one of those bands. That's why I kind of like them. So, albums on my wish list. These are more, should I say, vinyls on my wish list. These are records that I am hoping to buy soon, either for my ABCs of Vinyl series or just for my own personal collection, because girl, I be collecting. I be collecting. So the first one, we've already been talking about Spirit Box, so I'll mention it. The Fear of Fear EP. I've shown this pink vinyl, a speckled vinyl. I've already talked about these vinyls before, but I was waiting to officially decide if I was going to buy this record until I actually heard it, because I'm trying to do that now so that I hear the actual record before I buy it, because vinyls be expensive, girl. Okay. So I'm definitely going to be buying the like pink speckled vinyl from Spirit Box now that I've heard the record, now that I love it. So that's been decided. The pink vinyl is so cute. What about Vilharta? I have heard Vilharta. I think we had them in a listening party on here. And I remember enjoying their sound. You got the pink and black one? I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Yeah, the pink and black one was really good. I just love all the different varieties of colors that they have. It's just really, really cool. So I'm hoping that they still have the pink speckled one. Do you like In Flames? Yeah, I like older In Flames. I still very much remember my reaction to In Flames. because I remember really enjoying like the first 2 songs I listened to off of like their first 2 records, and then it slowly declined, and I just started hearing more of their like updated stuff, and it got rough. It got rough. But I did like the older stuff. Crypta is next. I've also talked about this. Shades of Sorrow, their most recent album. I want this on vinyl. And I was just, not really wanting to. I couldn't justify just paying $40 for the vinyl. It did come with a slip mat, which I think is really cute, but I don't need the slip mat. So I didn't really like the neon yellow vinyl. But I was just like, I don't know. So now I want to get the record. I want to see if they come out with more options, and I may or may not buy the slip mat one, which was like $40 US. So that's what I got. Gotta start peddling cookies. Yeah, watch me like in a year be like, y'all should try my cookies. I'm selling them for $7 a bag. And if you can't afford that, then just don't be a broke boy. Who says that to somebody? Who says that to their subscribers? Dude, are you kidding me? Like, why? Was the Pokemon thing, like just an article, or was it recorded? Dude, it was on Twitch. It was yesterday or like the day before. She said that on Twitch, dude. We are talking about like one of Twitch's biggest freaking, just some people. The entitlement. These people need to be put on a leash, girl. I ain't gonna go on a rant. I've already ranted enough about her, but out of touch. Somebody mentioned cookies. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. Cookies and bathwater bundle. Oh God. Anyway. Next, the third vinyl I would love to have that's on my wish list is Spiritual. No, I'm just kidding. It's Sound of Perseverance by Death. I'm so surprised I actually don't have this on vinyl yet. I have it on cassette. Sound of Perseverance by Death is one of my favorite albums by them. Voice of the Soul is a banger. Speaks to my actual soul. I love it. Death. So I really, really want Sound of Perseverance. I also really want anything from Immolation. Yeah. Why? Because why not? Immolation, we've talked about this. I'm into them. I'm getting into them. Really loving them since seeing them live. So anything from Immolation at this point. Got Providence on CD. So I'm thinking starting with either, one of their debuts or at least one of their earlier records to get into and see if I can't pick up something that's cool and colorful. Posers aren't allowed to like death. Yeah, apparently. We aren't allowed to have fun. That's how it goes around here. Did you not know that? The next record I want to add to my collection on my wish list, Seven Churches by Possessed. Shout out to you, Joe. I want to go to your show in Dallas. Let's have an interview. Let's sit down and talk, bro. I want to buy Seven Churches by Possessed because I really enjoyed the songs I heard off of that. I still need to fully sit down and listen to it. But yeah, Possessed is pretty dang great, and I still laugh that people think that they're thrash because they're definitely death metal, but you're entitled to your own opinion. So, so you are entitled to your own opinion. What did you put in here in all caps? Just a reminder, folks, if you want an LP in any limited color, especially if it's a popular band, don't lollygag like me. Otherwise, it will sell out and you will be paying through the nose for it later. Yeah, this is true. Sound of Perseverance is my 4th fave album of all time. What's your first favorite album? I want to know that, Spoothy. Here and After is a great Immolation album. I'll write it down. Because I'm kind of just looking for anything from Immolation at this point. Just to start somewhere. You know. So it's not really a preference. Because I just want to listen to recorded Immolation. Not an Immolation fan. I respect that. I respect it. You remember when Sound of Perseverance came out? You had to order it online in 98 because no store carried it. That's crazy. So the next one is Deicide, self-titled Deicide. Got this on cassette. Really want it. And yeah, this is a banger. And you know what's funny is Dead by Dawn actually has grown on me significantly, which is hilarious because I hated that song when I first listened to this record. And so many people were like, Dead by Dawn is my favorite song. Like, how do you dislike that? And I was like, dude, it's trash. And now it's grown on me. It's grown on me. I've listened to this record and I enjoy it. And yeah, it's not trash. Oh, sorry, I was just checking to see if we were fuzzy. It's not trash. It's great. I like it. So, self-titled Deicide. Gimme. However, this is going to be something I have to wait for because Homegirl ain't nobody making Deicide vinyls. And I want to order from Hell's Headbangers, but he's got to wait. So, so I'm actually going to go see Incantation this month with Suffocation in Oklahoma. So I'm very excited about that. Got to see Immolation and I'm seeing Incantation this month. I will continuously get both of those confused. Like I can't for the life of me. My brain cannot for the life of it separate the two names. So I get them swapped all the time. So we are seeing Incantation though. For the first time. I've seen Immolation live, and that was last November with Cannibal Corpse. So, they just have such similar names. It's kind of crazy. The next band I really want to get, the next vinyl I really want to get, is actually a Cattle Decapitation record. This is Monolith of Inhumanity. We've listened to a few songs off of this record in our live Twitch streams, our listening parties. And they're bangers. I mean, this is one of the more like raw sounding Cattle Decapitation records. It's not as polished and it's a little bit older. And it's just got more of that kind of death grind sound that I really love. Travis still sounds like a boss. And yeah, I love the album art of this. And it's just a banger. So Monolith of Inhumanity, give it to me. And obviously I could say like Humanure I want, but I kind of just picked Monolith first because I was like, I remember us actually listening to stuff off that record. But obviously it goes without saying I want to collect like everything in Cattle Decap's discography because I love Cattle Decap. So you're basically not a fan of New York death metal? The audacity. Suffocation is brutal as F. Never seen Incantation. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Suffocation, but I'm really hoping that their live sound sells me on their latest record and some of their older stuff, because sometimes it's fun. I mentioned this in a previous stream, soon to be video, but sometimes it's just nice to hit a live show going blind and then figuring out if I like a band from their live sound, you know. So Incantation is massive live. Seen them multiple times and they've never not nailed it. See, I'm excited about it. So next up is Obituaries, Slowly We Rot. I like me some Obituary, girl. They got, you know, some southern twang, death metal. I've talked about them many a time. This album is fire dope nasty. I love the art and I want it in my vinyl collection. It's just swampy goodness. Swampy death metal goodness. I also want the album that Redneck Stomp is on. I'm not sure what album that is. I'm still diving through their discography. But they did play. So when I saw Obituary live, they opened up their set with Redneck Stomp, which I have listened to, recorded, and it's fire. I love me some Redneck Stomp. That thing is stompy. So I call it the Ice album. 2005 album, I think. Forgot the name. Yeah, I know it's like their second or third album, I think, that they have the third or fourth album that they have Redneck Stomp on there. But for an instrumental track, it's swampy AF. I love it. I love it so much. So, the last album that I want to get is from Insomnium. So also just talked about them in this stream. I would love to get Anno 1696, which is Insomnium's latest record. And I would also love to get Argent Moon, which is an EP, I think. It's an EP with a few singles on it. Insomnium's great. They're great. Sad boy music, but also a lot of like just emotion and power, and just perfect for the winter, perfect for road trips. Like, Insomnium is so good. So you know what though, this might be a hot take, but I think I prefer Insomnium over Opeth, honestly. Like, I very much love everything that I've heard from Insomnium. I don't think they've got a bad song that I've heard. And meanwhile, Opeth, it's like I really loved Blackwater Park. But Still Life was just such a mid album, in my opinion. It just was not. I was so excited going into Still Life because everybody was like, girl, you gotta listen to Still Life. It's so good. Like, if you like Blackwater Park, you're gonna love Still Life. And I was so bored throughout the entire record. So it might be a hot take. Then it's a hot take. Insomnium, I think, is better than Opeth. And there you go. There's you can unsubscribe to me now. If you like Insomnium, you'll probably like Swallow the Sun as well. I've heard of Swallow the Sun. I think Good Opeth is way better. And that's fair. Just from what I've heard. Now, that being said, I've only heard Blackwater Park and Still Life from Opeth. So take my opinion with a grain of salt. But just from what I've heard from Insomnium versus what I've heard from Opeth, I emotionally connect more with Insomnium. I love their stuff. So I have heard None So Vile by Cryptopsy, and that record is dope. It is dope nasty. I'm pretty sure I did the entire album for Patreon. So I'm pretty sure I did the entire thing. Honestly, I've done so much freaking content. So Still Life takes a while to get into. I didn't like their first listen. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes that's just how it is, you know. It takes a minute to get into it. So thank you, Night Soul. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. So those are all of the albums on my list. Finals that I really want. So finished death metal is basically death doom. Yeah. See, I don't mind doom metal, you know? There's some doom metal I can't do, though. It really depends. Like, I'm still nervous to get into Candlemass again. And Electric Wizard was a little but Acid Bath, love it. You don't remember the videos you did? Girl, you know how many videos I've done? I can't keep track of everything. Do you use Discogs? Sometimes. Sometimes. You don't like my list, girl. Get out of here. Oh, no. I don't have like a running list. There's so many videos I've done, and I'm about to hit my 2-year anniversary for my channel. So I'm like, girl, there's so many videos. So, Frozen in time. You're stressed? I don't know what that means. 2 years already? I know, it's already been 2 years. Well, it'll be 2 years in February. So, and I'm hoping that we hit 30K in February. That's my goal. That's my goal. And then I'm hoping we hit 50K in December of next year. But we'll see. Those are just my personal goals. We've grown so much on this channel, though. And we're doing really, really well on Twitch. So if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to follow. It's free, and you get a bunch of really cute emojis that you can use in the stream. You can also subscribe if you want to. Obviously, no pressure, but it helps get rid of the ads. So if you don't like the ads, you can do that. Where's chapstick? Magpie is doing the boomer caps lock thing again. Oh gosh, you have too much going on. I think everybody's got too much going on. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Also, I'm not going to be able to remember everything that I do. I do videos for Patreon. I do shorts. I do videos for Twitch. I stream 3 times a week. Like, girl, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff. And it's all just me doing it. I don't have anybody. No, I don't have a team of people. It's just me. So I was contemplating hiring an editor, but I was like, meh. Maybe in February. We'll see where we're at. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to pack up the stream. I'm ending a little early just because I got some videos and some more things I got to do before I leave town on Wednesday. If you are enjoying the stream, if you had a good time today, please, like I said, consider liking, subscribing, following the Twitch. I really appreciate you being here and spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed the Metal Monday stream. Every Monday we stream Metal Monday. We got a variety of different things we do. Wednesdays on Twitch we do live music listening parties. Next week we will be doing a bad music stream, which is going to be so fun. So if you want to submit songs to that, you can just join my Discord. If you join my Patreon, you'll get first priority. Fridays we do a listening party, or no, I'm sorry, Fridays we do a gaming stream, and so we'll probably do Red Dead Redemption 2 next Friday, so it's gonna be fun. And yeah, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you really enjoy Thanksgiving. Happy early Thanksgiving to all my US people that celebrate it. And yeah, I'll see you later, okay? Have a safe, happy holiday. Thank you so much, Haunted Entity. I appreciate it. You're too late. It's okay. You will see me next Monday. We're going to have a charity stream next Monday. So we'll have some rewards. We'll have some fun games. So do come and support it. And it's going to be nice. Okay? And also, if you're on my YouTube side, I'm going to add this stream to the fundraiser, which is for Tiny Paws Kitten Rescue, helps prenatal orphaned kittens in my local area. It's a very small local charity in my area that helps abandoned kittens and helps rehome them, rehabilitate them. That's the charity for this month. So, yeah. Alrighty, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, and I will see you later, okay? Happy Thanksgiving! Happy Thanksgiving!